So now that we've got a chance to look at the grip, we're going to look at how to form a guard with the cane. I'm just going to take my jacket off. Right. So start off with, let's start off with our feet. So stand with your feet in an L shape. I might actually move back a bit just to make sure you can definitely see my feet. Start with your feet in an L shape with your heels together. So the way you line up in all 19th century fencing really is you create a line with your heels and the toes of your front foot, obviously, because you're all standing in an L, or like with your feet out at 90 degrees, the toes of your back foot are going to point off elsewhere. Anyway, so what you do to start off with, just bend your knees till you've got a nice sort of comfortable bend, and move your feet till they're two of your foot widths apart. It's obviously not feet in the imperial measurement system. That's just two of your foot widths, because that's what's going to be most comfortable. If you want to make it have a bit wider or even a little bit narrower, if that's more comfortable, do that. Make sure you've got a good comfortable bend. You need to have sort of some spring in your legs. If you're standing bolt upright, the first thing you're going to do to move is bend your legs to squat down and then move, or fall over. Neither of which are particularly good. So whereas if you've got your knees bent, you can fire forward and back very, very quickly if you need to. So with the cane itself, once you move it up so that your elbow is sitting just in front of your rib cage, your forearm is most nominally horizontal. And I want you to turn your hand over so that your palm is facing down about 45 degrees. So like this, 45 degrees. And is sitting with your thumb in line with the edge of your body. So it's sitting just off the center line. The tip of your cane should be about the height of your shoulder, low enough that if you push it forward, it'll stab your opponent straight in the face without needing to dip down. But high enough that if you want to whack your opponent in the hand, do a quick little chop, it's high enough to do that. So it's sort of a bit of a compromise. And you want your tip to be right on the center line, or right sort of in line with the middle of your body. If your tip is too far over this way, you can't bring the line to thrust, and you run the risk that your cane is too flat and your opponent can strike your cane and you using theirs. Whereas if it's pointed forward, if your opponent strikes your cane, their cane will slide down and you can sort of push it off and hit them. Your backhand just sits behind your back like this, so it stays out of the way. If it's out here, it can get in the way or get hit. There are later cane systems where it sits on the hip or even down here, sitting across the belly to throw a quick punch or something like that. But for the time being, we're just going to keep it out of the way and sort of take it out of consideration. So yeah, this is your basic kind of cane guard. This is similar to the guard of tierce in saber as well, which is kind of cool. In fact, there's a lot of overlap between cane technique and saber technique. All right, so I'm just going to see if there's any questions. And just to give everyone a chance to type questions, one of the things I'm going to do is just talk for a bit. If anyone wants to ask questions in chat, or alternatively, if you're if you just want to unmute yourself and quickly ask, you're more than welcome to. But otherwise, I'm just going to assume that there's no questions and we'll move on. It's looking pretty good, so I'm just going to stop recording.